Hi everybody, I'm Amy Post and welcome. I appreciate you being here, taking some time out of your day. Definitely appreciate just anything that you guys can give, just to give a little watch. Haven't been doing the podcast very long, so it's been something that has been just a really cool experience, and I wish I would have started doing it a long time ago. From everything that it has brought for me and everything that it has done for me, I wish I would have done it a long time ago, but I'm not really sure that I would have been able to. So everything happens for a reason. And I really wanted to thank everybody that's been reaching out to me privately through messages, with seeing the social media, making sure that I'm okay, asking questions. When are the podcasts going to be, showing up? And you guys were asking all kinds of great questions, and really just, how are you? Want to make sure you're okay. I saw your post. Your post was amazing. And I feel all of the encouragement. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you giving me back the encouragement that I really needed to start this next journey of my life and really just start the healing process after 9 years from the day that my daughter was diagnosed with malignant liver cancer and our life was turned upside down. I don't think I have been able to heal, and as of recently I have been able to start healing, and I can't tell you how amazing that feels. I feel like I'm a brand new person. I feel alive again. I want to get out of bed and actually get on with my day. I'm excited to do these podcasts. I'm so excited, for my book launch and to just share my story more and more. And I wouldn't have done that before. I wouldn't have been sharing my story, and if I did, I think it would have been a totally different story that I was sharing. There wasn't healing that needed to happen, and that healing really started about a year ago, and it was slow moving, but I can honestly tell you that everything that I have been receiving from you guys has been wonderful, and it's so nice to just have a little bit of encouragement. And people say, I'm praying for you. I can't wait to listen to see what else is going to happen, but I'm praying for you. That was cool. I really wanted to talk about prayer today, and wow, it's a huge subject. It's heavy. I don't know if you're a person that prays or even how you pray or if you do or don't. So there's no judgment. There's nothing. I am probably the least judgmental person out there, especially when it comes to something like prayer and, what your faith is and what you believe. But I can honestly tell you, there is a lot of power in prayer. I mean, prayer warriors, prayer groups, everything. There's just such a power in it because my family, we didn't regularly attend church before my husband and I got married, and then after we got married, we did attend a church pretty regularly, and then we sort of fell out of going to church, and I'm so sad that we did, but it didn't stop me from praying. But when we were in the hospital, I prayed these prayers that I would never pray now. My ability to pray in a different way has changed so immensely. When I was in the hospital, I remember just, being in the fetal position or laying in the bed with Madison or walking up and down, pacing the hallways because she didn't want me in there. I remember begging God or whoever as I, looked up or, closed my eyes and, put my head in my hands and just take this away. Why are you doing this? Why is this happening to us? Just take it away. I'm a good person. I don't know why this has happened. My daughter doesn't deserve this. These children, these families in this hospital don't deserve this. Just please take it all away. I'll never do it again, or something like that. So my prayers were a little backwards, but yet I didn't really know what I needed to do. I didn't know what I needed to say. And I remember Madison and I would sit when we were quarantined in the room, day after day, week after week, to a month before we were even released, and we'd, sit in that windowsill and look out, and that was at the point where Children's hadn't, I think, tripled in size like it has now 9 years later. There's just so much sickness. And we were able to see the ice skating rink in Forest Park, and it was one of Madison's favorite things to do was sit in that windowsill. She would just watch them. And I remember her saying her little prayers of, I just want to play with my friends again. I just want to be a kid again. I just want to be outside. I want to be one of those ice skaters. And I mean, with like tears just rolling down my cheeks, trying to let her not see me, and, my heart not just drop into my shoes. That's the way, she prayed, and it was different than mine. I think I was begging for something that I wasn't really sure of, and I think at the time she was actually better at praying than I was. She was a rock. She was so very strong, and she was just asking, just to be a kid again, and just asking for something. So my prayers recently, as of the last year, have been more different than they have ever been before. And it doesn't come from a place of anger or fear, even though fear doesn't have to be a bad thing. You can use it for good. It isn't from sadness, despair, anger at God. My prayers now are in just every single moment, asking the Lord how I can make his kingdom better and what I can do. It's a different feeling, it's a different thought process, and it's certainly different words than I've ever said before. But what I've realized in my life and how things have then occurred is that God has brought me different things than God was bringing me then. Not that the prayers had any basis of what was going to happen, but yet you look back and I certainly see it differently in the way that I prayed and how very lost I was continuously, even though it seemed as though I was going in the right direction. So my prayers that I currently pray, just asking how I can make God's kingdom better and what I can do every single day, how I can be a better person, what I can do to just make everything better. Everything has come around full force, and I know everything really happens for a reason. I know there's that ability to flourish after the pain and even through the pain, and with those prayers and just holding on to God and knowing that he's never going to let us go. And I would never have said that in the hospital. I wouldn't have. I didn't see that as much. I had certain moments where I saw it, but not as many. There were just a lot of dark days. So in looking back, I know honestly everything, does happen for a reason. I was given that opportunity to be with Madison in the hospital, to be, with her every step of the way, to advocate for her. I mean, God laid that in my lap and allowed me to have the ability to, I guess, pray for, whatever I needed, but not to pray to be out of the situation, but to thank him for being in that situation and being that chosen one to have the ability to walk with her in such a very sad, very lost situation for her. Because, I don't talk about, her as often in the way that how she felt, but I did, hear her prayers and kind of what she wanted. So I feel 100% that I was that chosen one. I mean, God gave me things that I didn't realize that I needed, but in the midst of, my prayers and my cries and just crying out that I wasn't this person that God thought I wasn't strong. Please take me away, and this isn't where I'm supposed to be. I look back and I was so lost and so broken. And if you're dealing with something like that and you're really lost and broken and don't know where to turn, it will get better, and you're not alone. I didn't know where to look, and so I think for most of my journey I was really lonely and really alone and praying for things that I didn't even realize what was happening. When I start my prayers now, they look different, they sound different, they feel different. And being able to know that God has taken me through all of this and that I have been able to flourish on the other side and actually look back and see things so differently, especially with those prayers, is huge. When we would sit in the windowsill, I remember not only what my daughter would say, but how I felt. Being, I guess, we were close to the window, and it was the closest that we would ever get to outdoors. Sometimes for like a month, we'd be quarantined to the room. And being in that area of the window, sitting in that windowsill, I remember feeling these prayers coming through the window, just absolutely just overwhelming me. And I remember my tears would just roll down my cheeks, and I was trying to, keep it all away from Madison and try to hold it together. I begged everybody in the universe to pray for us. Just say a prayer, pass it through your family, pass it through your church, just please pray for us. And I felt it. And that's exactly kind of what I've been feeling now. And it feels so amazing. And I want to let you know that, the power of prayer and these, having the ability of prayer warriors is really, really strong. So no matter how you're praying or what you're even saying, I know that, Madison's words and my words, they certainly resonated, and I felt it all. And I think that then it gave me the ability to know and feel a little bit later that, I was in the right place. Maybe I wasn't praying for the right things, but I was certainly in the right place, and having the ability to be that chosen one with her, for her, advocating for her, and I wouldn't take it back for the world. You might be asking me, how in the world I could feel that way, because I was just in such a devastating place for 9 years, just paralyzed, unable to even move, but paralyzed in my own thoughts and feelings. But my ability to change the way that I felt, that I saw the situation, and my prayers now, and even, thanking God for taking us through that and having the ability to bring us to the other side and flourish and see this beauty has been incredible. So I came to a conclusion a few weeks ago on trust the process. There is a process for everything, and I know as unusual as it feels or as much as it hurts, and I sit here and know how much pain I've been in and saw and had the ability to talk to so many families in the hospital who were in so much pain, so much devastation, and so much darkness. You just have to trust the process. I mean, there is a reason that we're going through the valleys and the peaks and everything that we're going through. It's, God knows how to get us to this other side. There is flourishing through this darkness where you didn't think that you could even see light at all. There's, being able to say a blessing each day and be thankful each and every day. So trust this process, because I guarantee you whatever you're going through, it will get better. And if you can just look at it in a different perspective and know that it is going to be okay, I think you're going to be all right. But once again, I'm creating something that I really want people to feel safe. I want you to feel safe to listen to me, to message me. I'm excited about, what this is going to bring, and being able to create maybe a beautiful space and platform where people do feel safe and you can share your stories, because that's something I'm really looking forward to. So just the power of prayer, and really thinking about that today and trusting the process that you're in. I really hope that you can do that. So I'm blessed to be able to say that I've come out on the other side extremely strong, powerful, more powerful than I ever thought I would ever feel in my entire life. I feel like I can conquer the world, and I know that my daughter is that way as well. She went through all of that pain, and it's just perseverance, just coming through it. It will bring you to that other side. So I hope somehow I can bring you encouragement with this. And also, if you do or don't pray, that's completely okay. Maybe take a step back one day and think about how you do pray, or say something different, and sit back and watch and see what the outcome might be. I do have to warn you though, I wasn't the best at being quiet and sitting back and waiting. I'm kind of one of those impatient people who want things instantly. But I guarantee you, if you can just sit back in the silence and rest and give yourself grace, I guarantee you, you're going to see things a little bit differently. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you on the next podcast. Thanks.